If you have a boss that keeps changing directions, it can leave you spinning. One day she has a great idea and you start working on it, and maybe even the next day she comes back with a new idea and you don't know how to prioritize, and it can drive you crazy. A lot of times I'll see clients that get really frustrated with their bosses for constantly changing direction. But what they don't realize is that their boss is actually an ideator. And all of the ideas and the connections that your boss may be making might not actually be as much of a large change as you think it is. So, one thing it's important to do is verify, has the overall strategy for what you're doing really changed? One thing to reflect on is a lot of people, and they end up in leadership positions, are what we might call ideators, which means they generate lots and lots of ideas. And they love sounding boards. So they'll talk to people that they like about the ideas. And usually they love the people on their team. So they'll talk to the people on their team about the ideas and if those ideas will work and if we can put them into action. And as they're ideating, it doesn't mean they're holding on tightly to each idea. So sometimes we tend to take what our boss says to us as an order or a direction, when what they're really doing is bouncing different ideas off of us and trying to figure out the best path forward, or to try to integrate all those ideas into, a better plan than maybe what's already happening. One thing that you can try is to be your boss's grounding partner. So when a boss has lots of ideas, sometimes they have a hard time keeping it down to earth in a concrete way so that it can move forward. And you can actually be a synergistic partner to your boss by talking to your boss about how the ideas connect to the priorities that you already have. Remind your boss of what you're already doing, of what he or she was excited about just last week, and ask your boss how those two different things connect to each other. What's the overall strategy? What are we trying to accomplish? Being this figure for your boss, being that grounding sounding board, can actually take your relationship up a level. So, yes, it can be frustrating if you feel like your boss keeps spinning you one way and then another way and then another way. But if you really pay attention, you can manage this kind of boss by being a partner, listening to their ideas, and helping them ground those ideas in realistic initiatives that you can move forward.